Hey guys, welcome to another segment on the Scorpion Temple. It's your girl Kiara. I sorry if you guys hear like a swooshing sound in the back. That's my heater. It's super loud. I don't know why, but it's super loud. So yeah, we're gonna bypass that. I was watching. I guess I went to bed really early. I don't even remember how I dozed off, but I haven't been feeling well this week. Um, just my stomach has been really bothering me, but I was looking at TikTok and saw this lady being tagged on everything. It's not actually the lady, but her storyline, Nurse Hannah. Um, I I started doing some research on TikTok and just kind of really looking at the different videos that people were posting. And it kind of just really made me sad in a sense that she's a mother of two. So from what I saw, she has an infant baby, and then she has it looks like he's about 4 or 5. Um, and they were talking about like the different things that she does. Like she has a LinkedIn profile that basically shows people how to make $5,000 to $10,000 in a week as a traveling nurse. And she, I don't know. She doesn't want to buy her kids or her son, her 4 or 5 year old son, a $35 winter coat so he can stay warm. So the little boy is going outside in below 8-degree weather, mind you, and it's snowing. Whatever location she's at, I'm not going to reveal her location, but um, he has like a windbreaker on, like a little thin jacket, and she has this big coat on and stuff like that. But the little boy literally has like a thin little jacket, like if it's like windy outside and not really cold, like below 8 degrees is crazy. To have this kind of like little jacket thing on, or whatever like that. So she said that she didn't want to spend $35 to buy her son a winter coat. Kind of makes me really think about how much money I spend on my kids. I have 5 kids, and it's already hard enough as me doing it by myself with my mom's help and, trying to really get everybody's support and stuff like that. She has a husband. She has 2 kids, an infant, an infant and a 5-year-old, 4-year-old son or whatever like that. And she doesn't want to buy him a $35 winter coat. But they went to Vegas. Vegas is not cheap, by the way. And bought shrimp rolls and crab rolls and crab sandwiches and all these things like that for a total of $30. I think that's kind of crazy. Would you rather buy $35 of takeout or a $35 coat for your kid because it's below 8 degrees and your kid is wearing a windbreaker? Like, where's the priorities? Where's the sense of care and need for your child? She's not a single mother. There was also videos out there, and even being a single mom or just a mom, just you yourself being a mom raising kids by yourself, it really does not give you the right to not buy your kid what they need, especially in below 8-degree weather and it's snowing. I mean, I've never heard of such things before, but okay. There was also another video where her husband and her were eating food at the table, and the little boy wanted to get a French fry. And the dad literally thumped his hand away, like, don't touch that. And I mean, he didn't even have like a kid's meal or something on the side where he can have his own food and stuff like that. A kid meal at McDonald's costs $4. And if you have the rewards app with McDonald's, it could save you 20% off. You probably get it for $2. Like, it doesn't not matter. Food is food. Or you can take that same $35 or $30 that you spend on shrimp rolls and fried shrimp and fish and crab, whatever, and go to the grocery store and buy $35 worth of groceries or $30 worth of groceries. Like I said, again, Vegas is not cheap. Like, it's not. And then, so the husband thumped the little boy's hand away from getting the food. Kind of broke my heart because I'm like, man, I was always taught that if you don't have enough for everybody, don't bring it in the house. Don't. You can sit outside and eat that shit yourself alone, but don't come in the house, especially, and I want to put emphasis on, especially when you have young kids, old kids, teenagers, toddlers, children. It doesn't matter. Like, for me, in my house, my kids are going to eat before the husband. Like, I'm going to sit them a plate. While I'm fixing everybody's plate, I'm going to fix my kids' plate, set them down. Then I'm going to get me and my husband's plate. Make sure that they have what they need and they're full and they're eating, and then we're going to all eat together. I'm not going to sit there and be eating shrimp rolls and crab legs and whatever else the case may be, and my kid is trying to dabble off my plate. You're going to have your own plate. Because my food, I want to eat my food. So I'm going to make sure you have your own food. If you don't, there's several times my kids, like, I'll make spaghetti. I don't know what it is about spaghetti Sundays. I'm not making it this Sunday, by the way, but I made a pot of red beans and rice yesterday. But that's besides the point. Most of the time when I make food, my kids will tell me, hey, Mom, I really don't want that. Can we get this? Like, I'd let them be open and honest with me about what they want if they want it. And then there's some times where, I'll try to, if I really don't have it, to kind of do takeout or something like that, or us have like 5 different meals that everybody wants. I'll say, okay, what can we all agree on for us all to eat dinner together? That's something that we'll all like. And I'll go to the store, get the stuff, or I'll take them with me, and I'll let them pick out something. Now, it might not be something that they want for dinner, but we can all agree on something that they'll want to eat, and they'll eat, and we can all eat together. And then on top of that, I'll get them something special for themselves. Maybe it'll be a piece of cake, candy bar, some chips, something like that, to where it's their own individual picking and they chose it for their own. So that's how I was raised. Like, I don't understand it. So she's basically gone, her videos and everything has gone viral, and stuff like that, because there was also an incident where they were at the grocery store and the little boy was in the cart, and the husband was giving him a box of something. It looked like chocolate, but I don't know. It's a purple box of something. And when he presented it to his kid in the face, the kid kind of put his hands up like, oh my God, he's about to strike me. Now, people are saying that there's like some alleged abuse going on in the household. The reason why the kid kind of flinched when the man put the box in the kid's face. I know that from my kids' experience and stuff like that, there has been trauma in their lives and stuff from the past. And so, but when I put something in their face, I'll say here, and they're already ready for it. So they're not going to flinch or anything like that. Like, they'll be like, okay, thank you, Mom, and keep on going, because I'm their protector. They know I'm not going to hurt them. They know I'm not going to do anything to them, and stuff like that. I'm going to only love on them, care for them, and all of these things. I'm a goofy mom, but that's besides the point. But let's say it's somebody else that has caused them harm. They are going to flinch, or they are going to have like a weird look on their face or something like that. Or it's probably going to startle them because of course of that past trauma with that person. But as far as me, no, like, what I'm saying? So that was another thing that kind of gave me a red flag as far as this child. There was also another video where she was talking about her son woke up at 4:00 in the morning and she didn't feel like getting out of bed. So she locked the kid in the room, until she felt like getting up and getting out of bed and seeing what he needed. Oh, God, Jesus. I don't even know how to comment on that, honestly, because I'm just like, kids wake up for whatever reason. They don't feel good, whatever the case may be. They wake up for several reasons. Maybe they can't sleep. I've had plenty of times where I'm dead sleep and I'm in the room and my kids will open the door. My door stays, it's not locked. It stays unlocked. So they can come in and go as they please when they're here, when they're with their mom and this and that and the third. When they're not with their dad or, out with grandparents or whatever the case may be, my door stays unlocked and it also stays open. There's some instances where I might be changing and I'll close the door or whatever like that, but I still won't lock it because anything can happen. Anything can happen when you have kids. And it's always like spare the moment when you least expect it. So you always have to stay prepared. And so the little boy woke up at 4:00 in the morning. I guess the mom realized that he was up. She went to go lock him in the room until she felt like getting up and seeing what he needed. I don't understand that. There was also the 17 diapers. I don't know if this is within a week. I don't know if this went a day. I don't know if this is within a month, 2 weeks. I don't know. But apparently she doesn't change her kids when they pee. So if they pee in their diaper or whatever like that, she doesn't change them automatically. She waits. I guess, till they have a couple of pees in them, or maybe they poop in the pee diaper, and then they, of course, change it, or whatever the case may be. But she went around the house, and she counted how many diapers she had for that amount of length of time, and she had about 15, 16, 17 diapers, and that's including the newborn. So she has 2 kids, and there's 17 diapers with 2 kids, between 2 kids. So, a lot of people are saying that causes kids infections, and things like that. Whether they're a boy or a girl, doesn't matter. You're still supposed to change your kid. I've never thought about not changing my kid when they have a pull-up. I mean, when they have a pee diaper or whatever the case may be. That's the reason why they're diapers. That's the reason why they come in a pack of 24 or 60 or whatever you have. The boxes go from small to big in quantities. So, in large quantities. So, that's what they're meant. They're disposable things for your bodily fluids and waste to be thrown and disposed in the trash. So if you don't want to buy diapers, then of course your 4 or 5-year-old, potty train them. There you go. Do the necessary steps to potty train them. Of course, the newborn can't be potty trained just yet because they can't even walk. They can't even sit up yet. But as far as the 4 or 5-year-old boy, you can start to potty train him. Even that will take pull-ups, and he'll have a couple of accidents, especially when he's asleep. He'll wake up with a diaper of pee or poop or something, whatever the case may be, because you're in the potty training stages. But if you're not taking the necessary steps to potty train your kid, and now you don't want to really buy diapers neither, and you're having him walk around with poop and pee on, or not poop, pee on him, it's just mind-blowing. It's mind-boggling. There was also an incident where, I'm trying to remember all that. It's just, she's under investigation, of course, for CPS is involved, because she's going on TikTok and telling the viewers about her everyday thing. There was another one where it was the newborn. So she was eating. Her husband was sitting right beside her. They were on the floor. They were eating on her pallet, and stuff like that. And she had the newborn in her hand. So she decided that she was trying to, really get into her food. So she wanted to hand the newborn off to her husband. Her husband kind of nodded. He was in full-blown chewing mode with his food. And he just kind of signaled to put the baby down. He didn't grab for the baby. He didn't initiate to hold the baby, nothing. He just kind of did that upper kind of nod or whatever, kind of pointed with his neck, to signal her to put the baby down herself. No help, no support, no nothing. And he's in full-blown chewing mode with his food, whatever they were eating. So she goes and puts the baby down. So it wasn't so gently. The baby's head would just hit the, anyways. Oh God. But there was also another incident where they were all sitting out in a restaurant and they were ordering food. So the server was delivering the food to the table and delivered a salad and some food and all this stuff. The little boy, the 4-year-old boy or 5-year-old boy, was sitting at the table, and he's just looking at the food just being passed between the husband and the mom, and things like that, the dad and the mom. And he's like waiting for his plate. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get him his plate. Kind of feeding him off that plate, salad, whatever the case may be. Or I didn't even see a video where I saw them actually pick something up and give it to him. I just saw them kind of taking the fork, and both of them taking the fork and eating the salad and stuff like that. And the little boy's just kind of watching the motions as the food is going back and forth in front of his face. I couldn't believe it. And then there was also another incident where she'd said that she wasn't going to feed her son lunch because he had already missed his nap time. So she was going to feed him a piece of a bagel, and then, send him. That's what he had for breakfast, a piece of bagel or whatever the case may be. I might have that wrong, but you guys will let me know. Either or, she came back from wherever she came from, said that he missed his nap time. And then she said she wasn't going to feed him lunch because he missed his nap time. And as soon as they got to the house, he was going to have to lay down for a nap. So she gave him a piece of bread from her Jersey Mike sandwich. And I'm saying, when I say a piece of bread, there was no meat, there was no veggies, there was no nothing. It was literally a piece of bread. It was literally a piece of bread. And the dad is in full-blown chewing mode of his Jersey Mike sandwich. And the mom is too. They broke a piece off. One piece, not two pieces. One from dad, one from mom. One piece of bread from the sandwich. And leaned back because the son was sitting in the back seat and gave it to him to eat. I honestly could never. That's all I'm going to say. I could never. If anything, I'm over here like griping at my kids about not eating all their food. I give them, vitamin water or hydration water, whatever the case may be, and then I give them a dessert. Either it might be apples, it might be yogurt, depending on how I'm feeling, or whatever I buy at the store, or I'll get them a piece of cake or something as a dessert, and then I'll feed them food. And we'll all sit down and we'll have a movie, and we'll all sit down and we'll do a movie, and we'll eat all together as a family. I've never been able to not, feed my kids. I can't. I know they say as parents your food is not your own anymore, but even that, I would still get, being that little boy had to be 4 or 5 years old, he's old enough to do like a kid's meal, or 2-3 chicken nuggets or something, his own little french fries or whatever the case may be. Like, I've never been able to not give my kids food. Like, when my kids go other places, especially like at their dad's house or something like that, and I'll ask him, does he have food over there for them before I send them over there? And he'll say yes or no. And then I'll go to the store and I'll get them food to take with them. Or I'll send pizza over there or something. I want to make sure that they eat. Yeah, I might not want to spend $35 on a Coke. But if I'm going to spend $30 on takeout, that Coke comes before the takeout. I don't understand it. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue. Everybody's... My assumption, and you're not supposed to assume, you're not supposed to judge, you're not supposed to do all these things. But outside a Christian aspect of it and just being a human being, I would signalize or assume that the dad might be doing some traumatic things to the mom. Yes, when I was pregnant with my first son, after I had my son, I had severe postpartum depression. I had severe postpartum depression to the point where whenever I had him, I wasn't the first person that held him. When the doctor took him out after I gave birth to him, he gave my baby to his godmom or godgrandmother, and then to my mom. And then I held him. And then like after I had him and he started like growing up and stuff, my mom was there to help me take care of him. Because I was only 17. And the way he got here, I had to protect him. I had to leave from South Carolina, and from my mom being abusive to me, my biological mom being abusive to me in South Carolina while I was 7 months pregnant. I came to Texas 7 months pregnant for him so that he could have a better life, so that he could survive the things that I was going through as a pregnant teen. And my aunt mom, it's confusing, but I have a biological mom and I have a woman that raised me, which is actually my aunt, but I call her mom because she raised me from 6 weeks old to God knows when. She helped me with him. She quit her job so she could help me with my child and help me as well, because she saw that I was going through postpartum depression. Like there was times when I first had my son that I didn't even want to hold him because I was just thinking to myself, what if I'm going to not be a good mom? Like what does he need from me? What does he want from me? And being a first-time mom and having postpartum depression can be common. I haven't done any research on it, but it can be common because you just don't know what they need. They're just crying, right? They're crying and you're like, okay, I fed them. Okay, what's next? Okay, I burped them. Okay, now I check their diaper. They're clean. What is it? What am I doing wrong? But then after you have your second and third kid, I can speak for myself. There's plenty of women that probably had postpartum depression, their second and third kid. But after my first kid, I was fine. I didn't have postpartum depression. They treated my postpartum depression after I had my son. And yeah, but I wouldn't starve my son. I wouldn't neglect him of a clean diaper or a warm blanket or a jacket. My mom would have beat my ass. Let's just be serious. My mom would have beat the living shit out of me. I understand you're a teen and you got to graduate high school and all of these things like that. But we not going to do this to this baby because I didn't do that to you. Like she would remind me. And so anytime that I was feeling those little episodes of being depressed and confused as to what I was supposed to do as a mom, I would hand the baby to my mom. And I'm like, Mom, what am I supposed to do? And she would be like, okay, so did you do X, Y, and Z? I did X, Y, and Z. Okay, they probably just have gas. And this is how you take care of it. And my son could feel that I was nervous. Being a first-time mom, a teenager, still in high school, he could tell that. He could feel that. But once they started treating the depression, me and my son were close. I was able to hold him, love on him, kiss on him, take pictures with him, have him sleep in the bed with me, all of those things. But when you're in a situation as presumed Nurse Hannah, a 5-year-old and a newborn being done the way they've been done is not like no other. But there's other people and other children that are going through neglect and abuse in this world today. And it's a sad, sad thing because the kids did not ask to be here. None of us asked to be here. Whoever connected with whoever, for whatever reason, created us, and we're here now. So whatever things that we have going on, they shouldn't have to suffer. And maybe her husband is being abusive towards her. Maybe he's mentally abusing her. Just from the video from when she tried to pass the baby on to him, and he was just like, put it down. I'm eating my food. I can only guess that the same treatment she's given her kids with an S is the same treatment she's experiencing from her husband. She just doesn't want to put that out there. Because in different situations, whether it be domestic violence, whether it be mental or emotional abuse or psychological abuse or whatever the case may be, it's kind of hard to put that out there for the world to see when you're really actually crying out for help. So what she could be doing is crying out for help in a way that you could see it through her kids. She doesn't want to say this is happening to her as well. So maybe she's putting her kids out there so that way somebody else could see so she could get help. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that because I don't know. I'm not in the home. I haven't been around this woman. I don't know this woman. I don't know her kids, her husband. I don't know where she lives. I just think that the instance that I've seen, the situations and the clips that I've seen, you don't know the backstory to why all this is happening. And we can judge based off the videos that we see. But the only people that know what's going on in the house and how it started and how it's going to end is God. And the only people that know the backstory of it is her husband, and the kids. And anybody else that might have been in the household. But I think the only people that's there is them. Her family might not even know. But he could be gaslighting and manipulating her. Oh, we got to save money. No, them kids don't need diapers every week. That shit's expensive. What are we going to eat? What am I going to eat? What about the light bill? What about the mortgage? Damn. These kids got to go to the doctor every week. Damn, you pregnant again? Because she even had a video on there showing her pregnancy. And she said that she lacked prenatal care. Or they were saying that she lacked prenatal care because she didn't have insurance. If you have a LinkedIn and a big ass house like she does, and you're telling people that showing people how they can make $5,000 to $10,000 a week doing whatever, you could pay for your own insurance. You could pay. It's something else. That's all I'm saying. It's something else. The math ain't mathin'. It's something else. And then when I saw that boy flinch when the dad was trying to give him a box, it's something else. Did he flinch when his mom did something? No. He flinched when the dad did something. So the dad ended up carving the top of a pumpkin off. And literally like the top of the pumpkin, he pulled it out of the pumpkin and there was still like some pumpkin seeds and nastiness hanging from it. And he literally dangled it in the boy's face. And the boy's like looking there in fright and fear. And they think it's funny. Something else is going on. I cannot say that I don't think that the mom is being subjected to abuse as well. I cannot say that. Because I do believe that there is something else on the back burner. And now CPS is investigating them because of what the mom posted. So they're investigating the mom and the dad. It just does not make sense. Why would a mom not pay $35 for her kid a winter coat and it's below 8 degrees? I couldn't eat. Oh my God. And snowing. But you can go to Vegas and buy $30 worth of takeout. Or you're sitting at home and you're eating with your husband, because the newborn's just going to drink milk. So she could be breastfeeding the baby, whatever the case may be. And the little boy is hungry. He wants some food, because my kids, they'll ask me. They're old enough to ask me, Mom, can I try some? I'm like, yeah. Or I'll offer it. I'll be like, you want to try some of this? And they'll say yes or no. But I don't give them the impression that this is just my food. Right? If they see something that I'm eating and they want it when we're in the line or whatever the case may be, I'll tell them, hey, I'm going to go get, what are y'all thinking? Y'all thinking Wendy's, or y'all thinking McDonald's? Or we could do Little Caesars pizza, or we can go to the grocery store and get some stuff and cook dinner. So that way you guys can have more than one bowl if you guys want it, or more than one plate if you guys get hungry. And they'll let me know. And I might not be feeling what they want, but I'll get them what they want. And then I can eat a TV dinner. Like it don't mind me none. But everybody doesn't think like that. They don't. While all this is going on, we got moms by themselves thinking, trying to think up how they're going to get their kids Christmas. Get them clothes. Get them maybe a toy or two that they want. My kids told me for Christmas, all they want is clothes. Now, my twins, of course, they always want the electronics. But my teenagers, they're like, we just want clothes. I was like, oh, okay. As they get older, they mature. The toys really don't matter. But I still have 2 young ones that, but they are all sweethearts. And I love them no differently. I would never, and I don't care if I was in my right mind or not, lock my kids in a room until I felt like getting up. They're at the age now where they can go in there and cook them some food. I've showed them they don't touch knives in the kitchen. I probably have like 2 or 3 knives. They don't touch them. They don't wash them. If we use a knife, I wash it. You can wash the forks and the spoons and the plates if you want to. But as far as the knives and sharp objects, I'm washing them. You do not touch them. And they don't. They know what they can go in there and get and touch in the kitchen. They always ask me, Mom, can I have a bag of chips? Yeah. Or if it gets too late and I just fed them dinner, I'm like, y'all just had a big meal. You can't be hungry. Because sometimes kids eat out of boredom. So I'd be like, no, but in the morning, we can eat breakfast. And then for snack, you can have those chips. Save your stuff. Don't eat it all up at once. But I make sure my kids have a good, decent meal, the best of my abilities. And everybody in the household eats. I'm not eating in front of my kids and then they're asking for a bite and I'm like flicking their hand away from them. Because I'm being stingy and I don't want to feed my kids a separate thing. If I don't have it, we're not going to go get it. If I want McDonald's and I don't have enough to get my kids McDonald's as well, because when I pull up in the line, they're going to want it, then I'm not going to get it. I can drive to work and on my way to work when I'm by myself, get the McDonald's. While I'm traveling to my next client's house as my lunch. But if I don't have it to get everybody, I'm not going to get that. I'm not going to sit there in the line and get me food, be munching and crunching in front of them and they're starving. They're hungry. Oh, I can give you a piece of my bread. Excuse me? My daughter, Rihanna, I can just tell you this now. If I ever did something like that, she'd probably say, that I need to go to the hospital. Something's wrong. Mom's not in her right mind. She's sick. Something's going on, because mom don't never do that. Or she would smack it out of my hand. How dare you? But I would never do that. I let my kids speak their mind. Mom, that's wrong. I don't understand how that would be literally her. I don't understand how you can sit up there and get McDonald's for yourself and we hadn't ate. Before I go get something, I always say, hey, are you guys hungry? They'll say yes or no. And this is the crazy thing about me. Well, it's not crazy, but it's crazy. Even if they tell me no, I'll still get them something for later. I'll be like, well, I'm going to this place, and if you're not hungry now, I'm going to still get you something, so that way you can eat it later. I still do that. They might tell me no right then and there, but I'm still going to give it to them. I'm still going to get something for them, because it only takes a minute for you to leave getting food and a kid says no, and then you get all the way home and their stomach starts growling. Like, how is that possible? But it happens. So I've learned through trial and error, to just get it, even if they say no. They'll eat it eventually. It might be when we get to the house, they'll be like, oh, Mom, did you buy me that sandwich? I'm like, yeah, it's in there. And then they'll eat it or whatever. But how dare I give my kids a piece of bread from a full sandwich that I'm eating? We about to cut that bitch in half if I can't. I got a foot long. We about to cut it in 4 pieces. Y'all get whatever and I'll get what's left. Like, I've never. And I'm sorry. I want to say sorry to that little boy, because he doesn't deserve that. Whatever is going on in the back end, he doesn't deserve that. He can't go out there and get his own food. He can't fend for himself. So he's looking to the parents to take care of him. So he can't even do that, because the mom decides to give him a piece of her pastry for breakfast. He's a growing boy. My kids couldn't go in her house, because she'd be like, oh no, you got to leave, because my kids eat. I'd be like, dang, you just ate something. Now you asking me for an apple? Okay, good Lord, you just ate. But they grow and they eat more. And they look up to us as parents to take care of them, because they can't go out there and get a job, make their own money, and then buy their own food, buy their own clothes. Like, it's that for me. So I just pray a hedge of protection around those 2 kids. May God bring somebody into their life to where they don't have to fear. They don't have to want or need for anything. Whatever is happening on the back end behind closed doors that nobody can see on social media will be deleted, will be erased. I pray that God heals their heart. As this little boy grows up, he's going to remember those traumatic moments from whoever is giving them to him or doing it to him. He's going to remember as flashbacks. I pray that God heals his heart and his mind and his spirit. I can't understand why someone would do their children like that. Like, before I ever get to that point where I'm like, I can't do this, I will make sure my kids have a safe place where they can get shelter, food, water, and the clothes and the things that they need or the things that they want while I'm getting myself together. If it's mental for me, if I'm going through mental whatever, Because I don't know if this lady is going through mental whatever, or she's still I don't know. I would make sure my kids have a safe place with a family member or somebody I trust with my kids until I get myself together. To where when they come home, they don't have to relive traumatic experiences or go through anything more. That's why I never put my kids in daycare. After I would see on the TVs and the reports and stuff like that, stop watching the news because I'm like, oh my God. About the daycare centers leaving the kids in the car and they overheating or they dying or the daycare workers or the people don't care about whose milk goes where and leaving the kid with diapers on for 5-6 hours, and then they get blisters and infections and rashes and dropping them on their head, picking them up by their arm. Bro, that I could be somebody's cellmate if that happened to my kid. Because all mental sanity is going out the door if somebody fuck with my kids. That's just it. Don't fuck with my kids. Leave my kids alone. Because they will tell me. They tell me everything. Especially if somebody messed with them. So don't fuck with my kids if you don't want to fuck with me. That's all I gotta say. And that's the reason why I never put them in daycare. The only person that has ever watched over my kids is my aunt mom. I've never trusted anybody to be around my kids but her. Because I know over there with her, they're going to get food. They're going to get clothes. Or if she has to go out and buy something, if I forgot something, dang, Mom, I forgot socks. I don't know, it could be a headband shit for their hair. She already either has it from previous times I've left it over there, or she's going to go get it. Or she's probably had some stuff left over from when I was a kid. My kids have never went hungry, have never been cold, have never been hot, when they're sick, and I'm sick, my mom's like, yeah, Kiki, no, you go rest. I got them. Okay. My mom is like my ace, my backbone. And those are the people that you need in your life when you have kids to support and guide you and help you. Not sit here and abuse your kids right along with whatever you're going through. The abuse that you're going through. So you're going through abuse and now they're abusing your kids. And and it's like brainwashing to where now you're abusing your kids and you don't even realize it. Like you think it's just you saving money and this and that and the third one. Really, no, it's not. A kid without a winter coat, a warm winter coat, like he should have some earmuffs. He should have a snow hat, whatever the hell that's called. And he should have a winter coat and some winter boots. If it's snowing and it's below 8 degrees, whoa. Like, no. And the mom is sitting there with a winter coat on. I rest my case. Y'all have a good day.